Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Up next, a contest that keeps things all in the NFC between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Jordan Stout looks ready for that opening kick. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. They're throwing it. Hits him on the out route. He's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and just 2 to go. From the gun, Johnson. He's got the first down grab and still going. Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead right away.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays now. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Jimmy Horn here on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
They'll throw to start the drive. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Receiver screen to Ayuk. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
They'll throw it. Complete to his back. Take Bigsby. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Pat the 60, pat the 60.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. They get 37 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Let's go. Cougar 19, Warrior 70. Cup 19, Cup 19.
From the red zone on first. Buys time, rolling right.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
Second down now, they need 7.
Ready.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants finish off their opening drive. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest. But, man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting a quarterback in the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Just feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5 and finish it off for 6. That is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They get to Johnson to start this drive. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They're going to try and throw it here. He puts some juice on a deep throw. This is caught inside the 15. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary goal. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were.
And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders break the tie here in the 1st. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Baker with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. And this one does not go far.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. And it may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
2nd down now, 7 to go. He's going to throw this one. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Putting the tight end in motion. They'll air it out on third. Completed over the middle. This play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. No doubt they take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Viking 18. Go.
First down, play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So second down coming up.
At the 60, at the 60. Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Sticking to the air here. That one's complete, right side. And he's brought down after a short game.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They start out with a 3rd and 6.
18, 5 here. 79 Broncos. Steady.
Throw here, third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch a college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. That's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Jordan Stout's headed out to punt it away on 4th. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going play action. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That's complete inside the 35. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Hop on the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's complete to Sloan. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 21,
Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. His return starts at the 5. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
Ready, set.
New York to the line. 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll throw it here on 1st. Short pass brought in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd down now. They need 7. Rolling from the gun here. Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Kicked off by Monte Mapu.
Well, this young man struggled to limit the interceptions this rookie season, and they've shown a lot of patience. But we know that NFL stands for not for long, especially if you're a QB that's interception prone.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Airing it out to start this drive. Going deep here for the end zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Flush down out to his left. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
3rd and long for him here. On the move, headed right. Completes downfield to Felton. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. To his wide out, it's a screen. They have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Cut near the goal line. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21.
Commanders 28, Giants 7.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
From the gun on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here's the snap on fourth. And he's caught. He's got Lamb. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on fourth down. Keeps this drive moving.
Here we go.
He's going to throw it again. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Cougar 19.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. Catch made over the middle. Running in the red zone. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Stout all set to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. Look at this out of the bag of tricks. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Here we go. Set.
They'll come out throwing. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. This is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
And 7 o'clock. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. He was trying to find Ty Felton with that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Baker with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's first and 10.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
They give up the guts of Bigsby. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
Ready, ready.
Putting a receiver in motion. That's him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Who will keep paid for that one? But hey, still enough for that first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 32.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing the out route complete. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Here we go.
A gain of 11 on the play.
60 Eagles, 60, cut 19, cut 19, Dragon 60.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Into the hands of Bigsby. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Get it. Ready.
They are throwing it again. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
Go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he's taken down at the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
70 Timberwolves.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Pistol with Johnson. Hits a seam at the 40. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 13-point lead.
You saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Baker with the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hot 70, hot 70. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Dive play straight ahead. Looks like they're getting about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And you'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Cam Hard's up for the tackle that time.
One little 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd down from the gun. It is Cup left side. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
We're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain and a great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
19.
Pass play now. Short pass brought in. They drop it with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
Sticking to the air here. Completed to his running back. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, or running back in the flat.
From the gun, it's a get to Bigsby. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th.
Okay, ready.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
60 Eagles. Ready. 60 by Panther 60. Panther 60.
Throwing from the gun here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And he is down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Jump off caught by his back. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Let's go. 19. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Trap 50, trap 50.
Looking for a pass on second and short. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
First down, not by much. We got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
First and goal, New York.
Ready? Cougar 19. Ready?
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Offense to the line for second down.
Brings up second and goal. At the 5-yard line.
Quick throw left side complete. And that's a New York touchdown. The Giants now within one score in the fourth. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. His third through the air this game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now a big moment for the Giants as they line up for two.
19 tight, 19, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 79 Broncos, Cup 19, 19 Lions. Ready?
All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Kicked out by Marte Mapu. All right, so for the time being, we stay in a one-possession game, Brock, but they were trying to make it a two-score game with that two-point conversion.
Could feel it. A killer mentality on that sideline. They wanted to put this game away. And if they're getting that aggressive right there, no doubt, this defense wants to play with the same aggression. Buckle up, offense. Pressure's coming. They're going to want to force this one and this offense into a mistake and seal this game now.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, Warriors, 70. Panther 60, Panther 60. Take go.
Throwing from the gun. Find Johnson out of the backfield. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Trying for the deep ball. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
It's Johnson on 2nd down. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders leading by 8. down. Giants coming out in a dime look.
Let's go. 18. Pioneer. 60.
Back to throw it. That's complete to Sloan. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. The Giants using their first timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Johnson gets it again on 2nd. And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. It's going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And he got there in time. He's taken down. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Big moment here as Maddox Trujillo comes on. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one. It really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Lightning 18. Press roll 80. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 60 Bobcats, 6 Dragons, 60.
Airing it out to start this drive. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
50 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
7 Pirates, 7. Press roll 80. Ready.
Working now from the gun. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
19 Lions. Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing now. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Need a touchdown and a field goal. Looks like they want the tougher part first. The offense going for it on 4th down.
Tiger, 79 Broncos. Warriors 70. 18, Pioneer, Cup 19, Cup 19.
Desperation time here. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Let's go now.
They're going to pass it here. Sends this to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's second down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
To score this as a win for the Commanders. Well, Brock, the playoffs didn't materialize for them this year, but at least they were able to rally together here in this final week and close the campaign out with a victory.
Yeah, you know, once those playoffs are out of the picture, your focus really becomes building some hope for next season. Ending things on a good note, getting people excited about your tape and what's to come in the future. And in this win, we certainly saw some of those moments that make me excited to see them chase the playoffs next season.